Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you see in the thumbnail, this is part 3 of What If Naruto Was the Devil Storm Emperor. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also go and support the author, link in description. Naruto grumbled to himself as he headed to school. After arriving back home with Naruto, they were smothered in hugs from their mother Kushina and their sisters, happy to see them return home safely. Naruto suspected that despite him awakening his powers and bloodline, his family couldn't help but be worried sick. Then again, can't blame them, especially Kaa-san after her sensing multiple fallen angels outside. Naruto thought, closing his eyes and rubbing the back of his head, just what are those damn fallen angels up to? Some of them said that they wouldn't challenge me until they get that. Just what exactly are they trying to get? They have been after humans with sacred gears like Hyudu. And what's with those damn priests who attacked Naruto? Could they be oof? What the? His train of thought was interrupted when someone ran into him, bounced off his body, and crashed onto the ground, yelping. Naruto just opened his eyes as he took a step back to see whom exactly he ran into. It was a young girl around 15 to 16 years of age and 5 foot 1 inch tall, with long blonde hair that flowed all the way down to her back, with split bangs over her forehead and an antenna-like strand sticking out from the top, sloping backwards, green eyes, a modest C-cup breast size. An outfit consisted of a dark teal nun outfit with light blue accents, a white veil over her head with light blue accents, a brown satchel slung on her right hip, brown boots with black straps in an X-shaped pattern, and a silver cross necklace around her neck. Right now, she was face down on the ground on her knees, her dress bunched up exposing her white panties for the whole world to see. "Wow," she whined as she rolled over on her rear, shaking the cobwebs out of her head. "Why did I trip again? Hi." She opened her pure and innocent green eyes to find Naruto standing there with an amused look on his face as he stuck his hand out. "Oh, I'm sorry," she squeaked. "Don't worry about me, I'm fine. More importantly, are you all right, sister?" he asked. "Looks like you took quite the spill there." "Yes. Thank you very much," she replied as Naruto helped her up. I'm Asia Argento. Nice to meet you." "Likewise, Sister Asia." Naruto replied back, giving her his signature foxy smile that made her blush. "I'm the leader of Kyoa Academy's Special Investigation and Disciplinary Committee, Uzumaki Naruto." What is this strange energy reading I'm getting off her? Naruto though as they looked deep into each other's eyes. Does she possess a sacred gear? Chapter 05, A Nun and an Exorcist. Uzumaki Mansion, Living Room. Kushina-sama. What is it, Teiwa? Lying on the sofa board, Kushina looked over to see Uzumaki Teiwa, a young girl who's 5 foot 4 inches tall with long, untamed red-pink hair, light brown eyes, D-cup breasts, and wearing a modified Uzumaki clan-made outfit that looks similar to a French-made outfit. "I'm here with a status update on our new friend, the fallen angel Rainare. Ino and Nia found some kind of block on her memories, along with implanted ones as well." "Implanted memories?" Kushina repeated, sitting up, interested. "Can you tell what they are?" "The blondies are working on it, but personally, I think the bitch never meant to become a fallen angel. So far, some of the implanted memories are of her raping and killing an innocent boy." Teiwa reported while grimacing. "We should wait until Naruto gets back so that she can tell him what she's told us about the fallen angel's plans, and then we can remove the block." "All right. For now, keep her under observation. I'll be down in a bit to question her myself," Kushina said, getting up and stretching. "Yes, ma'am. For now, me and Kin will continue to play some sweet tunes for our prisoner," Teiwa said, bowing before heading back to where Rainare is being held. "Blocked and implanted memories on a fallen angel? What the hell's going on?" Kushina thought, scratching her head before her eye widened. "Don't tell me, was she only used to take down Naruto as an unwilling participant? If so, who's the real culprit?" Streets. Meanwhile, Naruto was escorting Asia to her destination after repacking her suitcase that fell over when Asia ran into Naruto. "If you're lost, then this must be your first time in Japan. Are you on a trip?" Naruto asked. "Oh, no. I was appointed to this town's church. Asia replied with a smile, I'm so glad I've met such a nice person like you. It must be divine guidance. Yeah, I guess you can say something like that. Naruto agreed, discreetly referring to the blood of a god he has swimming in his veins thanks to his ancestor Zeus. The blondes then heard crying, with both of them looking over to see a little boy on the ground with a bruise on his knee. Asia then walked over to the little boy with Naruto following closely behind. Don't cry, it's just a scrape. You're a boy, after all. Asia said, rubbing the boy's head, who stopped crying. She then put her hands over the boy's injury, and to Naruto's surprise, the 2 rings appeared on her middle fingers as it glowed green with a green light emitting from her hand and on the boy's injury. This feeling, Naruto thought as his left arm pulsed lightly, watching as the boy's injuries heal, I was right. She has a sacred gear, and it heals. Looks like there's more to you than meets the eye, Asia-chan. Look. Your wound's gone. It's all right now. Asia said, as she dispelled her rings and looked back at a curious Naruto. Sorry, force of habit, she said, sticking her tongue out playfully. After seeing the little boy off, Naruto and Asia continued onward, nearing the church that's located in the neighborhood. I must have surprised you. Asia said suddenly. A little. Naruto admitted, it's an impressive power. It's a wonderful power granted by God, she said before muttering to herself, yes, a wonderful power. Naruto sensed her demeanor changed a bit, looks like she had a hard hand in life because of her power. Oh, looks like we're here. They stopped in front of the looming figure of the only church in town, with Naruto getting strange vibes off it. Last time I passed this place, it wasn't giving off this strange feeling. Naruto thought, what could have changed? Hope Asia will be okay here. This is as far as I can take you, Asia-chan. Naruto told her and lifted his bag over his shoulder, I gotta get to school now. You be safe, okay? Okay, she nodded as she bounded off to the church steps and turning around, waving at Naruto with a bright smile on her face, I'm so happy to have met someone as kind as you this quickly after arriving in Japan. I hope we meet again soon, Naruto-san. Naruto smiled back as he waved back at her. Turning around, he headed toward the direction to his school. I'll have to get someone to run surveillance at that church. I wouldn't be surprised if the fallen angels might have infiltrated it. Maybe Rainare can shed some light since her friends are in town. Opening theme, Trip Innocent of D by Larval Stage Planning. Kyoa Academy, Special Investigation and Disciplinary Committee Office. Naruto was at his desk snoring, fast sleep due to boredom since he finished a stack of dumb paperwork while thinking about how to deal with the idiot that is the newly minted devil, the pervert Issei. While Naruto headed to the rooftop to eat lunch, he passed by Rias and Issei, the former scolding the pervert for following Naruto to the church, and warned him never to go near the church again since it was dangerous for a turned devil like Issei to step foot near there. Naruto was surprised, as he didn't sense the pervert following him and Asia, and figure that he had his mind on other things, preventing him from fully sensing Issei. That and Issei was no threat to Naruto. The pervert was about to provide a pathetic excuse when Naruto walked past the 2 devils and dope slapped Issei on the back of his head while he was at it and giving a wink to Rias, making the female devil blush. A pillar of fire suddenly appeared in the middle of the office, making the blonde jerk awake. Shooting up while quickly wiping the drool from his face, Naruto summoned his handguns Ebony and Ivory and pointed them at the figure exiting the now dying pillar of fire. The fire had spiky, neon orange hair, bright, orange slit eyes, feral whisker marks on his cheeks, an average but strong build, and wearing a black sleeveless shirt, an orange hakama, and no footwear. He also has orange fox ears and black goggles on his head and a long black katana in an orange sheath strapped to his waist. Inari-san. Don't do that, you prick! Naruto snapped at the Lord of Foxes as he dismissed Ebony and Ivory. Hey Kit! Long time no see! How everyone's favorite Mizoku Hanya Domper / Nephilim demigod Twilight Celestial doing? Inari asked, smiling his signature fanged grin that Naruto and his family knows really well. Bored out his mind, and trying to figure out what those fallen angels in town are up to. Naruto grumbled, sitting back down in his chair. Bored huh? Then again, school can do that to you, no doubt. There's nothing wrong with skipping, you know. You could use the time to train. Inari suggested. I prefer hand-on training in and out of my mindscape when I'm not tired. How's Kami-chan, Yami-chan, and Shina-chan? Naruto asked, since he hasn't held from the 3 Japanese goddesses since his ascension. They're on a rampage, doing more than reading the riot act to the other fallen angels, and I have to take over their paperwork. Anyway, the reason I came by is that I got a job for you, now that you've awakened your powers. Inari said, producing a scroll and opening it. I haven't even begun the building plans for the Devil May Cry shop done, and already you have me working. Naruto groaned before straightening up, so, what's on the menu? Right. There's a stray devil along with some lesser demons we know and love running around in the area that need eliminating. I know you can handle it, now that you have your sacred gear. Inari told him. Stray devil. Naruto repeated, I believe I've heard of that in passing. What exactly is a stray devil? They're devils who used to be a servant to another devil. Sometimes, devils betray or kill their masters to go rogue, living life however they choose. The one you're going after is known as Visser, and according to my scouts, it's taking residence in an abandoned house flanked by mega scarecrows to lure people inside to eat them. Your mission is to eliminate them. Inari told him, closing the scroll and tossing to over to the blonde. Understood, Inari-san. What else can you tell me about stray devils? Naruto asked, wanting as much information on stray devils as possible. Just that some can be ugly as sin from the abuse of demonic power and being without a master. Without their masters to keep their powers in check, they become a great threat if their powers go beyond their control. The devils take these cases very seriously, and any devil who becomes a stray will be killed on the spot. At least from what I've heard. Inari explained. I see. Basically, they're more dangerous than the demons spilling from the demon world Makai. Very well. I'll take care of it tonight. Naruto assured him, anything else? That's it, Kit. I know you'll bring results. Oh, and your friends from that occult research club might come around, so. If they do, I'll let them have the lesser demons so that they can train that perverted moron. Hopefully his sacred gear will be useful. That's okay, right Inari-san? As long as Visser is dead by tomorrow. Have fun, Kit. Kami, Yami, and Shinigami might come visit soon. See ya. Inari said, and then disappeared in a pillar of fire. Gonna need new carpeting after this. Alright then. Naruto got up and stretched, I'll go patrolling after my last class, and then get ready to hunt tonight. Hopefully that stray devil's soul is powerful enough to have my ONI gauntlet devour it. Nighttime, abandoned house. Naruto stood in front of a large building that is the abandoned house, ready for action. He had sunglasses on and was dressed in a red trench coat with a hoodie attached to it and a black muscle shirt under it, black jeans, black combat boots, and a guitar case strapped across his back. Equipped on his right arm is his Devil Bringer and ONI gauntlet, and his sacred gear equipped on his left arm. In his right hand slung over his shoulder was the ancient, mythical known as the Monadu sword, currently in its sealed state. I should get paid for this. Naruto muttered as he walked into the abandoned house and looked around, his nose twitching. Arg, it smells, he growled as the smell of sex and blood assaulted his nose. Why can't I smell that fucker though, he wondered as his AI, Cosmos, appeared next to his head. It's here, Naruto-san. It's somewhere in the shadows. She said, I advise that you wait until it makes the first move. Duly noted. Naruto answered as the sound of an eerie, seductive moan filled the room. I smell something bad. At the same time, I also smell something delicious. Will it be sweet? Will it be bad? Or will it be bitter? Then, a large pair of breasts came out from behind a pillar, followed by the body of a young woman with a long black hair, grey eyes, and a voluptuous figure. So, you must be the stray devil, Visser. Naruto guessed, cracking his neck, sexy. I see that you're the type that does that the hell she wants and not let her master get in the way, so you killed M. Dick move, bitch. Dick. Move. But don't worry, I plan on beating you into a just size to fit in the can recycling. Visser sneered, leveling a deadly glaze at Naruto, what an insolent young man! Just for that, I'll cover you in blood as red as your gauntlet," she cried out, cupping her breast and rubbing in pleasure. "What an exhibitionist! Good thing that stupid perv's not here." "Come then, stray devil Visser," Naruto said, giving a bloodthirsty grin as he readied Monatu and unleashed its unsealed state, with the kanji for darkness appearing in the hilt. "I'll eat you to death." Visser stepped forward, revealing the rest of her body to be an altered centaur-like appearance with her front legs featuring monstrous humanoid hands with red claws, and her stomach featuring a cavity with teeth that appears to devour her opponents, just as a bunch of lesser demons known as mega scarecrows appeared around her in a formation. "Damn! If this was an ugly contest, you'd take first place, lady." Naruto taunted and gagged a bit. "Man, you had such nice boobs too. Talk about a waste." Naruto can admit that he's a pervert like the other boys in the school, but on a lesser level and not on a massive scale like the perverted trio and his godfather Jiraiya. But honesty, it was no thanks to the teasing and flirting from his mother Kushina wearing erotic outfits, later mimicked by Naruhei and Naruko, that Naruto became somewhat of a pervert, but he's able to quell those impulses completely. Luckily it wasn't a night of the full moon. Shaking his head, Naruto rushed forward and sliced a few mega scarecrows in half. His danger sense then went off, directing him to Visser, who had magic circles around her hardening nipples. Roaring, she fired off rounds and rounds of energy beams from her breast, making Naruto dodge out of the way, with one of the beams hitting a wall and melting it. "Some Austin power bullshit, Not a bad trick, lady. In return, let me give you a taste of the powers of the evil pieces. I can use the review anyway. First up, Knight." Naruto shouted as he disappeared and reappeared in front of Visser, and proceeded to use trick to avoid her flailing attacks. There are worth 3 pawns. Knights gain increased speed and mobility, enabling them to perform high-speed attacks and maneuvers. However, their main weakness is their low defense, making them vulnerable to powerful attacks if they are not careful. Another weakness among knights are their legs. If their legs are injured, their mobility is greatly reduced. Yajiyo Shinkajiryu, Ni no Tachi, Genjutsu, the second blade, Phantom Moon. Naruto spun around with his blade out at high speed, slashing away at Visser with omnidirectional slashes. Visor screamed in pain as Naruto's final 2-hit cut off both her monstrous humanoid hands. Naruto attacked also caught more Mega Scarecrow in the crossfire. "Dead Spike!" Naruto shouted, swinging his blade upward to materialize a black head with massive teeth that ate Visor's cut off arms before disappearing along with them and a couple more Mega Scarecrows. "What's your next trick?" Visor roared with rage in response as her beautiful features changed, bearing piranha-like teeth, pointed ears, and black sclera. "Die!" she roared, opening her second mouth on her torso, displaying long rows of teeth. She lunged at the blonde, who put his sword on his back and turned his back to her as she clamped her jaws hard. At first she was happy that she thought she killed the blonde, but the feeling was replaced by horror when Naruto forced her second mouth opened with no effort at all. Second up, Rooks. Think of them like Superman back in Metropolis in the States, without the weakness for kryptonite. They're worth 5 pawns. Rooks gain superhuman strength, leading to high offense and defense. However, they are not very quick, and can get beaten easily by a high-speed opponent. By the way, your mouth down here needs some extra strength tic-tacs, seriously. But rest assured, I can fix that. From his position, he threw powerful haymakers at Visser's second set of teeth, painfully knocking the teeth out literally with the final punch being an leaping uppercut to Visser's face, sending her flying in the air. Next up, we have the good old bishops. They're worth 3 pawns. Bishops gain enhanced magical abilities, which they can use to conjure up a multitude of spells like offensive, healing, etc. However, more powerful spells consume most of their magical power, which takes a long time to regain, forcing them to use their power carefully or risk becoming vulnerable to physical attacks. "Prepare yourself," Naruto said when a light blue dome surrounded Visser as unique spell circle and pillars of light appeared above her. "I, who stand in the full light of the heavens, command thee, who opens the gates of the underworld. Come forth from the land of the dead, divine lightning. The end is near." Indignation. Multiple lightning bolts crashed through the abandoned house and hit their target, putting hole through the stray devil, paralyzing her whole body, preventing her from screaming out in pain again. And finally we have the queen. They're worth 9 pawns. Queens possess all the characteristics of rooks, knights, and bishops, making them the most balanced piece as well as the most powerful. Now what to finish you off with? Let's see. Naruto adopted a mock-thinking pose, tilting his head to the side when Visser attempted to shoot him with the beams from her breasts. Oh, I know. Naruto twirled his swords around before swinging them at an incoming mega scarecrow that was rolling right at him. Batting it away, it flew straight through Visser's chest, causing a fountain of blood to pour out as she screamed in pain. Then, Naruto raised his right index finger up, and with a grin, created a plain mini raisin shuriken, with 5 smaller raisin orbs each representing fire, water, wind, earth, and lightning circling around it. SAA, dinner is served. I call this little number the mini planetary raisin shuriken. Any last words, Visser? Kill me. She moaned out weakly, surprising Naruto a bit, but grinned all the same. Really now? Well then, don't mind if I do. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Naruto fired the mini planetary raisin into Visser's chest, the little orbs, burning, drowning, shocking, crushing, and slicing through the stray devil with ease as the orbs grew and consumed her body until there is nothing left except a bright orb, in which Naruto absorbed with his Oni gauntlet on his right arm. Well, that's checkmate, is what I would like to say. Too bad I couldn't teach you about the king piece. All the king is the leader of their peerage, and pawn pieces? They're awesome if you know how to use them. Naruto yawned, noticing that there were 10 mega scarecrows left, just as he sensed a familiar magic signature, followed by 5 energy signatures. This is, well, looks like they're finally here. They can make use of these scarecrows. I'm outta here. Dismissing his scared gear, Devil Bringer, and Oni Gauntlet, Naruto turned around and exited the roofless abandoned house to see Rias, Akeno, Konako, Yumi, and Issei, who were all surprised to see him. Eira, Naruto-kun. Akeno said, happy to see her friend but wondering what he was doing here. Naruto-kun. What are you doing here? What happened to the stray devil? Rias asked, not sensing the stray devil. I came, I saw, I kicked her candy ass. You can use those mega scarecrows to train the pervert. Have fun. Naruto answered as he walked past her and her peerage. As he was about to use Hirae Shin to leave, a scent caught his nose. Stopping in his tracks, he sniffed the air and caught the scent of blood. Human blood. The hell? Naruto muttered just as his cell phone rang. Yeah, Naruto, he asked as he started to run. Naruto. You need to get back to the mansion. We may have caught a break on what the fallen angels are up to thanks to Rainare. Naruto said, and there's also something else, but I'll leave that until you arrive. Right. I'll be on my way shortly, but there's something I need to check out right quick. Naruto replied as he disappeared via Crimson Flash. Midnight, House, A/N, I have no idea if the events in episode 3 happen on the same night, but this is fanfiction. I can do anything I want lol. After a few jumps across the neighborhood, Naruto stopped in front of a house where the source of the scent of blood was emanating from, and wrinkled his nose when the heavy scent of blood assaulted his nose, making him scowl. Damn, it reeks. Someone better invest in some Febreze when I'm done here. He muttered, taking out the blue rose double revolver, closing the door behind him while entering the house, seeing that it was dark and that there were films of dust on the furniture in the hallway. Holding Blue Rose out in front of him, he silently stepped through the hallway, the scent of blood growing stronger with each step until he come across a door. Kicking the door in and stepping into the room, he finds a pool of blood leading to the site of a bloodied, mutilated corpse nailed to the wall. Poor soul. Naruto thought before eyeing the traces of a magic circle, was he one of Ria's clients? Fitting, isn't it? Punishment for the wicked, that is. Naruto turned to see a young man with short white hair and red eyes wearing clerical clothing, sitting on one of the sofas in the living room, relaxing. I'm quoting the holy scripture here, said the young man as he turned toward Naruto with his tongue out and a disturbing smile on his face, something you devils would never understand. And you are? Naruto questioned as the young man got up from the sofa, setting him on edge since the guy smelled of blood from the corpse. Who, me? The young man gave out a laugh as he bowed mockingly, staring at Naruto with one open eye. My name is Fried Selzen. A young priest who's part of a certain exorcist organization. He introduced himself as he launched into a ridiculous dance. Cue BGM, Terror and Destruction, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5DS. A priest. Naruto repeated, sweat dropping at his stupid dance, but on guard all the same. You have got to be kidding me. Well, I'm definitely not some worthless shit like a devil. Fried said with an evil glint in his red eyes. This is your doing. Naruto snarled, pointing at the corpse in the room. Why? Since when do priests go around killing innocent people, You're no longer human once you start depending on devils. End of the road. The end. That's why I killed him. Getting rid of shitty devils and even more worthless shits bedeviled by them is my job, he explained in glee, drawing a gun and a golden hilt, which formed into a blade of light. Oh! Shiny! Naruto complimented, looking at the light sword with interest. So, what happens now, you so-called priest? Shall I enlighten you? I'll now stick this sword into your heart and score a lovely headshot with this lovely gun. Fried leapt forward, surprising Naruto with his speed, and slashed at his neck. Naruto managed to roll out of the way in time. Something tells me that even if I tell you that I'm not a devil, you'll kill me anyway. Naruto commented as he put away Blue Rose, took out his Deca Driver, and equipped it to his waist while taking out his transformation card. No matter. After killing that stray devil, I could use another warm-up. Henshin. Dodging a golden bullet from Fried's gun by simply tilting his head to the side, Naruto inserted the card into the Deca Driver and closed it. Kamen Ride, Decade. The Deca Driver announced as several holograms appeared and merged onto Naruto, donning him in the armored trench coat with the same color scheme as Kamen Rider Decade, as he flicked his green glasses open and put them on. A Kamen Rider. Fried gasped in shock, how can this be? They only appear on television shows. They're nothing but costumed heroes kids love. If you think I'm like them, you're sadly mistaken. Naruto deadpanned as he opened his ride booker and took out a Kamen Ride card. Yes, this rider should do nicely. Quite fitting actually. Let me show your sorry ass a true exorcist. He inserted the card into his Deca Driver and closed it. Kamen Ride, IXA. The Deca Driver transformed into the Iza belt as Naruto then pulled out the Iza knuckle and slammed it into the palm of his hand. Ready. Once more. Henshin. Inserting the Iza knuckle into the Iza belt, the belt announced, fist on as a fragment of light shot out, forming into hologram of Iza and slammed into Naruto, changing the color scheme of his armored trench coat to white armor with blue and golden accents, and the main weapon, Iza caliber gun mode in his right hand. Now then. Naruto said airily as he put on a pair of red sunglasses that materialized, and bursted with power, completing his form change into Kamen Rider Iza burst mode. You bastard! Fried yelled, banishing his weapon at Iza. Iza's one of my favorite riders. How dare you defile his greatness, you fucking devil! Naruto let out a taunting laugh as he changed the Iza caliber from gun mode to sword mode. Well, the users were a bunch of assholes until they got some character development, but enough about them. You should be more concerned with me eating you to death. BGM fade out. Cue battle theme, Fight for Justice TV size, Kamen Rider Kiva. Both combatants charged forward and caught their blades in a deadlock. Fried then pointed his gun at Naruto's head, but the reddish blonde ducked when Fried's gun went off and slashed at his midsection. Fried quickly blocked, but the force of the blow sent him crashing into the wall. Twirling his sword, Naruto lunged forward with a stinger. Fried attempted to stop him by shooting at him, but the bullets bounced off his figure. Fried then desperately threw his body to the side, with Naruto's sword implanting itself into the wall. Fried shot forward with stab of his own, but Naruto countered with a snap kick to the face, sending him flying back, allowing him to quickly pull his sword out. Kokujin, Shippoyu, Empty Sky Form, Squall/Summer's Advance. Naruto shouted, swinging his sword down, creating a huge projectile wave that hit Fried dead on in the air, making him crash through the sofa he was previously sitting on and into a wall again. Bansho in, universal pull. Freed was then pulled forward towards Naruto, who then headbutted Freed when he got close, planting him on the floor. Naruto raised his sword and swung it down on Freed, but he kicked it off course and flipped back up onto his feet, flashing his signature smile. I have to admit, Devil, you're better than the Iza on the TV show. Freed said excitedly and did a little jig. It's too bad you're a devil. You would have made a great exorcist for our church. You must be joking. I rather not. Naruto replied, cracking his neck. Shall we continue? I'm actually enjoying myself, so entertain me more. Kai, despite you being Iza, I really hate cocky devils like you. Sorts of revealing light. Freed shouted as he moved into attack. What? He also has the power to activate Yu-Gi-Oh card effect in real life too. Iza thought, slightly panicking as he parried the blow, but Freed hit Naruto with a palm strike and muttered something. A loud ringing noise assaulted Naruto's sensitive ears, stunning him as light swords appeared and rained down around him, binding him where he stood. Shit! Naruto growled, struggling, I can't move. You're mine now, you stinking devil! Freed screamed in delight as he was about to bring his sword down, but a scream of horror stopping the priest in his tracks, making him and Naruto looked over to the door. Battle music fade out. It was a young woman in a nun outfit with her hand over her mouth and a look of horror on her face, staring at the mutilated corpse on the wall, a young woman that Naruto recognized all too well. Asia-chan. Naruto thought, confused, what the hell is she doing here? Oh, Asia-chan, my assistant. Freed said in surprise, his words making Naruto's eyes widen behind his glasses. Are you done setting up the magical barrier? Asia-chan is this nutyob's assistant? You have got to kidding me, again. Just what the hell is going on around here? Naruto thought fanatically before muttering, Cosmos, you there? Cosmos appeared behind Naruto's glasses on his Iron Man-like HUD, Naruto-san. I need you to contact the mansion and get someone over here to my location now, on the double. Naruto ordered her as he continued to struggle against the light sword binding him. I'm having a gut feeling that things are about to get real ugly. Right away, Naruto-san. Cosmos said as she proceeded to her task. This is. Asia took a step back, sick to her stomach. Oh, right, you're a beginner. Freed said, this is our job. We kill worthless people enchanted by devils, you see. And no way. Asia cried in disbelief, and then noticed Iza for the first time. Who is? You keep some weird company there, sister. If I were you, I'd turn in my resignation papers. Naruto said, who was trying to break the binding swords by discreetly raising his power level. Hey, that voice. Asia gasped as she recognized it. Naruto-san, is that you? Naruto blinked under his helmet. Wow. Good ears, Asia-chan. I'm impressed, he muttered. What? You know each other? Freed asked, surprised. Why are you? I was going home after exterminating a stray devil when I caught the scent of blood coming from this location. After what I saw here, there's no way I was gonna let an asshole like this get away with killing an innocent humans just because they rely on devils. Naruto explained angrily. Devils like you, right? Freed interjected, with Naruto countering with a death glare. Naruto-san, is a devil? Asia asked, looking at Naruto with horrified eyes. I'm not like most devils. I won't deny I'm one, somewhat, but I wasn't trying to fool you, because I'm so much more than that. Naruto countered, muttering the part to himself. Naruto-san, Narahaya will be here soon. Cosmos informed her master on his HUD, she'll be here in a few minutes, but she can get here quicker if you destroy the magical barrier. It's tampering with her own senses. The barrier must be blocking out the smell of blood. Damn it. Okay Cosmos, I'll be sure to get right on that. Naruto muttered to his AI sarcastically, man, Kaa-chan was right that blocking most of my power was going to bite me in the ass. Unfortunately, Asia-chan, devils and humans are incompatible. Freed said as he creepy leaned close to her ear, not to mention we can't live without the protection of the fallen angels. Can't live without the protection of the fallen angels. Naruto thought in confusion, wait, he's in the league with them. Well, let's get this done now. Fried said as he placed his own light sword close to Naruto's neck, are you ready? Okay, that's it. Cosmos, get ready to activate burst mode again on my mark so I can get these damn binding swords off me. Naruto quickly whispered to his blue-haired AI as cracking appeared on the binding light swords thanks to his struggling, and focus the point of the blast on our dear priest-san. Roger that, Naruto-san. Cosmos confirmed, siphoning your gathered energy for maximum burst effect. Just make sure it doesn't hurt Asia-chan, and hurry up. The asshole's light sword's edge near my neck isn't exactly comfortable here. Naruto growled as Fried raised his sword. Even if you aren't, here it comes. Fried brought his sword down on Naruto, but stopped when Asia ran in front of Naruto with tears in her eyes, putting her arms out. Asia-chan. Damn it, can't activate burst mode like this if she's in front of me. Cosmos, stand by. Naruto ordered before shouting, Asia-chan, what the hell are you doing? Fried was shocked at his assistant's action, but didn't show it. Come on. Are you serious? Father Fried, I beg you. Please forgive this one. Let him go, please. Asia cried. Oi, do you know what you're saying? He may be a devil, but Naruto-san is a truly wonderful person. And God won't forgive you for such a deed. You bitch. Don't give me that crap. Fried snarled as he lashed out with his sword, tearing the front of her robes and her white bra apart, exposing her breasts. Asia screamed as she fell to her knee and tried to cover herself up. Asia-chan. Team, burst mode. Naruto yelled, his glasses releasing his store power as his eyes turned red with slits, concentrating the energy in a sphere around himself, with the heat from the activation destroying the binding light swords as he got up and crouched down, holding his caliber down in his left hand and steadying it with his right like a pool stick. Geitosu. Naruto roared, charging forward while thrusting his caliber towards Fried's heart, but the insane priest sidestepped the attack with surprising speed. Naruto was about to follow up with a side slash, but Fried grabbed Asia and held her in front of himself, forcing Naruto to cancel the attack, giving Fried the time he need to counter-attack by pushing Asia aside, held his sword like a baseball bat, and swung, hitting Naruto with all his might causing sparks to fly off his armor, the result being Naruto crashing into the wall on the opposite side of the room. Worse, his Iza belt came off, with Naruto's Kamen Rider Iza form disappearing as the Iza belt reverted back to the Deca driver. Naruto-san. Asia cried, about to run over to him, but Fried held her back as Naruto fell face first onto the floor. You fucking bitch! Have you lost your mind? Fried snarled, shaking Asia roughly before holding her chin. The fallen angel woman told me not to hurt you, but I think you do need a little punishment. He slammed her onto the wall and pinned her arm above her head with his light sword, leaving her unable to cover her chest as he grabbed her left breast none too gently, making her scream out in pain, much to his delight. A chaste nun getting seriously fucked up by a priest. Doesn't that sound fun? Fried growled, his voice dripping with disturbing lust as his gun traveled up Asia's leg and stopped at her white panties. Doesn't that sound fun? No. Please don't. Asia screamed, fruitlessly trying to escape. Battle theme, Baroque and beats, Bianco Angelo battle from Devil May Cry 4. Before Fried could do more, he felt a tapping on his shoulder. Snarling, he whipped around, only for fear to grip his heart as the room was suddenly flooded with killing intent, with most of it being aimed directly at Fried. What? Fried stuttered, frozen in place as he looked into the eyes of the source, a young man with blonde hair and red tips gaining slivery white streaks and black strands, his whisker marks becoming more feral, the fangs on his teeth lengthening, and his blue eyes turning blood red with slits. It was Naruto in his Devil Trigger Grade 1 state. Fucking stray exorcist. Naruto growled in a demonic voice as he summoned his scared gear on his left arm and his Devil Bringer on his right arm. Eating you to death is too good for you. I'm going to crush your very bones instead, he roared, forming a raise nan in his right hand and slamming it into Fried's gut, sending him spiraling through the wall. Now taking off his red trench coat, he wrapped it around a stunned Asia. Stay here. He told her before jumping away from her and shot his right hand forward, a spectral arm coming out of it and going through the human-shaped hole Fried went through. Naruto then pulled, snatching a dazed Fried out of the hole. "Why you, bastard, it can't be!" Fried growled out, with his words laced with fear, "Those swords, that right arm. You're a descendant of that damn legendary Dark Knight Sparta. Thanks for the update, stray exorcist." Naruto then proceeded to beat the holy hell out of Fried. First he delivered several brutal body shots to Fried's sternum, then added a couple kick strikes to his midsection before lashing out with his Devil Bringer, scratching Fried across his face. Fried wasn't able to display his anger. Naruto used Buster, lifting Fried up with the spectral arm of his Devil Bringer. He violently smashed Fried on the ground multiple times before moving on to bouncing him off the walls of the room, relishing in the priest's swearing and cries of pain. Slamming him back down on the ground, Naruto bent down, grabbed his head, and rained down blow after blow with his Devil Bringer, unknowingly switching in and out of a higher-level Devil Trigger form while he was at it. After the 15th blow, Naruto uppercut Fried Mortal Kombat style through the ceiling, with the priest crashing back through the other part of the ceiling away from Naruto as he summoned Rebellion and Soul Rebellion. "Playtime's over," Naruto declared, pointing his swords towards the ground while closing his eyes to focus as several black and white angel wings fell around him. When he opened his eyes, a field of dark energy surrounded him, granting him a large burst of strength. He made a mad dash at Fried, who was woozily getting up, and struck at him with a cross slash with his swords before performing a combo of several slashes, riddling him with cuts. At the end of the combo, he jumped past him with another slash before using air hike to bound back towards the priest shouting, "This is the final strike," and slams the ground with both rebellions, yelling, "Mugoken ha, Devil's Hellfire," causing pillars of fire to rise from the ground to incinerate priest. Fried screamed out in pain again, making Naruto laugh out loud in a mock-evil manner, holding Rebellion in a backwards grip, gathering a 8:2 ratio of dark and light energy into the blade. "Saa, be devoured by darkness, and return to oblivion. Ansof or," he roared, sending the energy in the form of a slash flying at Fried, who attempted to block with his light sword. It was useless, as the attack broke his sword and left a huge gash on his chest as he was sent sailing, crashing back on the floor, and skidding into the wall, gritting his teeth in pain and clutching at his wounds. "Naruto-san." Asia was horrified by Naruto's display of brutality, but the only reason she didn't run away was because unknown to her, somewhere deep in her heart, she was glad Naruto defended her from Fried, and she couldn't take her eyes off the action. Battle music fade out. "Bastard, who are you?" Fried asked as Naruto reverted out of his Devil Trigger level 1 state and dispelled both rebellion swords. "You finally want to know who I am? Took you long enough, buddy." Naruto gave a smirk as he equipped Blue Rose and pointed it at Fried. "I'm a third year at Kyoa Academy and leader of its Special Investigation and Disciplinary Committee, or SIDC for short, Uzumaki Naruto, aka Uzumaki Namikaze Naruto Sparta." "Uzumaki Namikaze?" Fried repeated, now officially horrified, "It can't be. You mean you're one of the 6 siblings, who has the blood of humans, demons, devils, angels, vampire, and gods within you? The ones whose blood bonded perfectly with those species, classifying them as Mizoku Hanya Domper Nephilim demigods, the Uzumaki Namikaze siblings." Asia was shocked by this revelation. "Naruto-kun, I see you're well informed. Too bad you didn't get the memo that a fallen angel killed me, granting me full access to my powers and abilities. Now normally I don't enjoy killing humans, but with you killing an innocent human followed by the attempted rape of my friend Asia-chan, I'm making an exception. You went too far. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker." Before Naruto could pull the trigger, Fried suddenly raised his gun and shot at Naruto, who moved his head to the side to avoid the bullet. "What the hell?" Naruto thought, his eyes widening as he saw steam coming out of Fried's wounds as they closed up. "Team, you've been holding out on me. This is pretty bad. I know I'm crazy, but I'm not fucking crazy enough to continue fighting you since you activated my trump card." Fried said, using the wall to climb back to his feet. "Looks like messing around is no longer an option." "Father Fried, is that a regenerator?" That means you. How could you? That's forbidden. Asia cried, but Fried pointed his gun at her and shot at her. Thinking fast, Naruto brought his arm out and yelled, Bansho Tenin, drawing Asia over to him, making her dodge the bullet. Eeb. Asia squeaked as Naruto caught her and blushed when he held her close. That was a real Moby Dick move, asshole. Naruto snarled, and what's this regenerator Asia-chan speaks of? Before another word was spoken, a starry, multicolor portal opened up above them. Now what? Naruto snapped, pointing his gun at the portal as Fried started to laugh. Looks like my backup's here, he said, despite your blood, there's no way even you can take on a swarm of fallen angels, you fucking abomination. Me and my friends will make sure you disappear in the light. For a being of the twilight like myself, don't count on it. Naruto said, kicking a sofa at Fried. That hurt, he wailed as the sofa landed on him, pinning him to the wall. Asia-chan, hold on tight. Naruto warned her as he prepared to use Shunpo. But Naruto-san dash. Asia protested but Naruto cut her off. If you think I'm leaving you with this asshole, you got another thing coming. Naruto said, grabbing a smoke bomb and threw it on the ground, filling the room with smoke. As for you stray exorcist, sleep with one eye open, because next time, I'm going to fucking annihilate you, he yelled as he used Shunpo to escape with his new friend in his arms, making Fried swear loudly as multiple fallen angels stormed the room as the smoke cleared. Outside. Naruto reappeared a few blocks outside the house on a random roof, with Asia over his shoulders facing the other way, his arm around her waist. Asia-chan, please tell me we're outside of that barrier. Naruto pleaded mockingly. We are. It was only set around the house. Asia squeaked as Naruto adjusted her position on his shoulder, Naruto-san, you didn't need to dash. Asia-chan, he was going to rape you. Naruto cut her off, you really want to work with a douchebag like that? Stop being naive. Oh. What's wrong? Asia asked as Naruto grumbled. 3, 2, 1. He whispered. At 1, a red and yellow blur landed on front of Naruto and Asia, revealing itself to be Naruto's older sister, Naruto, dressed in her casual outfit consisting of a tight dark orange shirt with no bra under it making her breasts bounce about, dark violet jeans, black sandals, and eclipse scythe strapped to her back. There you are. Where've you been? I could barely sense you the moment I got in the area, she snapped as she poked him every few words. Did you try your enhanced sense of smell, or even eagle vision? Naruto asked wryly. What was I supposed to smell or see? Naruto stamped her foot in anger, before noticing the backside of Asia. Who the hell is that? A visiting friend. Naruto replied flatly as he shined away from his irate sister. Hey, get back here, I'm not done with you or your new friend yet. Naruto shrieked as she went after her little brother via Shin. Ending theme, Studic Study by Stylopes. Uzumaki Mansion, Living Room, a while later. We asked you for the subtle approach, not the sadistic approach. Naruto shrieked, towering over the comically cowering Yamanaka twins. Why is that fallen bitch screamed like someone's drilling a hole through her skull? What the hell did you two do? Nothing, we swear. One moment we were still inside her head investigating, the next moment, her mindscape suddenly became unstable, forcing us out, and when we got back as our bodies, she was screaming that her head was splitting open. Ino quickly explained, waving her hands. We were near a memory during her last day as an angel when it happened. Before it did, I noticed a distortion in that memory and when we got near it, that when it happened. Nia added, with Ino rapidly nodding her head in agreement. Naruto let out a growl of frustration and grabbed her hair. One moment she was busy in her room, having some alone time, but before she reached her climax, an ear-piercing scream of agony echoed throughout the mansion, interrupting her and prompting her to go investigate, with her running into Taewia and her best friend and fellow maid Kin, who explained what happened. Anko then came up behind Naruto. Lucky Shizune was here to sedate her, but she's gonna be out until tomorrow, she reported. Looks like we'll have to wait for that little story she was gonna give Foxy-kun. Ugh, Kaa-chan's gonna go nuts if she's comes back from Uzu Island and finds out. Is there any chance you can contact Tsunade-san to get Mito-sama to stall Kaa-chan from coming back until we get this situation settled? Naruto asked Anko. Well, Yujao-chan's on security detail with Mito-sama right now, and she told me that Kushina-sensei is personally in the States working a case with NCIS right now. Anko reported, with Naruto breathing a sigh of relief. Naruto-chan, what can me and Ino do? Nia asked timidly. You two can go get some sleep with recording AI in your heads so that they can record exactly what you both saw so that we can act accordingly tomorrow. Naruto told them. The twin sisters nodded and headed back to their rooms, just as Naruto suddenly appeared, with a dizzy-eyed Asia over his shoulder, with Naruhei appeared behind them shortly after, slightly panting. Welcome back, Naruto and Naruhei. Naruto said in a sarcastic tone, and noticed Asia, and I see you bought a friend. I didn't know you were into nuns. Now I only want to cosplay as next time we do it. Laugh it up, Naruto. An unamused Naruto said, scowling. She was nearly raped by an insane exorcist who killed an innocent human just for wanting to use the services of a devil. Naruto, along with Naruhei, were both now horrified. Say what? They shrieked as Naruto set Asia on the sofa. You heard me. Plus, he working with the fallen angels, and she's his assistant. She's a nice girl, but totally naive and innocent about the world. Naruto explained. Did she just move here or something? Naruhei asked. From her name, it sounds like she's from Italy. And it sounds like you know her personally. Naruto added, her eyebrow twitching. She's Asia Argento, and I met her this morning on my way to school. She's appointed to this town's church, which I think is taken over by fallen angels. Naruto replied. Well, that's just great. We need to hit them before they strike again. Speaking of which, it's time to interrogate Rainare. Naruhei said, but Naruto shook her head. Not happening tonight. Something happened to her while we were searching her memories, and we had to knock her out. Hopefully we can take another crack at her tomorrow. Naruto told her, making Naruhei swear, for now, she should call it a night. I assume Asia-san going to be staying here. Of course. She may have heard something in passing from that damn exorcist. Naruto said, getting up, and walking upstairs, have Sakia prepare a room for her. It's been a long night, and I'm going to bed. I'll come with you. Naruto said, following Naruto to his room. I need your help by the way. What kind of help would that be? Naruto asked, missing his twin sister's mischievous look while yawning. You'll find out soon enough. She whispered as they reached Naruto's room. Downstairs, Naruhei shook her head and eyed Asia, who was slowly recovering her dizzy spell. Raising her hand to her face, Naruhei hit Asia with a sleeping spell, sending her to dreamland. Naruto hadn't seen it, but I've seen you in Rainare's memories. Something tells me that you coming here and being assigned to a church taken over by fallen angels is no coincidence. Hopefully, you can help solve the puzzle of what the fallen angels are up to.